Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is me, your boy, La Prima, La Prama, La Praca Vera, the one and only El Showington. Yes, that is I. And this is... Yeah, for those of you who don't know who we are the Four Eyes Academia podcast, and obviously predominantly we are a podcast, but we also create a shite load of content. So that we're on Twitch, we're on YouTube obviously, we're on Twitter, we're on Instagrams, we have our own Discord server, as in we talk about everything from anime to games to latest news to trending topics, but mainly stay in the anime and games realm, you know what I mean? But the main thing for us is games, anime, and what we have in the middle, straight vibes, dog, straight vibes. So yeah, that's just an introduction to us as a team. You'll probably meet the rest of the team as we go on. For fuck's sakes, every day I'm doing this. Anyway, doesn't matter, we're here now. You'll meet the rest of the team through various videos. You meet the rest of the team for various videos that we're putting out there. But so yeah, let's just jump straight into it. This is the review of Watch Dogs Legion. I'm just gonna give my initial opinion on it. I played 5 hours, give or take, and I reckon I've experienced enough of the game to give a day one cop review opinion. Yeah, this is the day one cop. That's hilarious. Yeah, this is the day one cop review. Yeah. The first couple of hours you spend with any game defines your experience of that game in the long run. Yeah, if you have some form of avid opinion on the game, you might play for longer, but generally most of us don't. Pick up a game expecting it to be great, and sometimes, most of the time, we're disappointed. So, with that in mind, we thought Day One Cop's the best way to do this. So, my review, Day One Cop, this is it. Let's get straight into it. So I'm gonna touch upon a couple of things. Firstly, accents. Secondly, actually no, do you know what? It's not firstly, second. Firstly, we're gonna touch upon accents, right? The game is set in like a dystopian future Britain, and those of you that dystopian future London. Let's narrow that down a bit more. And this dystopian future London is interesting to say the least. Like, it looks very much like London. Traffic laws are slightly different, obviously futuristic cars and all these electronic barriers like you would do with games, like you're hacking. The content is great essentially, but no, there is no buts. London looks pretty. London looks absolutely pretty. The map is massive. So for those of you that like open world sandbox type games, that is your type of game. And the levels that they put in, the way they built London up is amazing. I mean, the Shard is there, the Gherkin's there, London Bridge is there. You can even drive down to Brixton, you know what I mean? And I feel like they've done well to capture the small pockets of vibes within each kind of area. Like if you go into Shoreditch, you're gonna see a bit more kind of like city workers, a bit more hipsters, kind of that vibe within Shoreditch, you know what I mean? And you might not see them, like that's in London living now, and they kind of do their best to kind of capture that within the game. You get Shoreditch and there's a whole different heap of people, like a completely different class, different kind of fits, as expected, do you know what I mean? And then you go out to Brixton and you'll see there's more of an ethnic minority group there, and the accents are kind of like a melting pot of accents, which is great. And that's the big thing about London, obviously you get a melting pot of accents. Which now takes me to my next point, accents within the game. Right, I'm taking my glasses for this one. Accents within the game are dire.
Listen, hey, you're in trouble. Also, I'm here to help. Also, you're in trouble.
What do you mean?
Yeah, thing is, you're sort of pissed off Clan Kelly by winning that fight, and now they want to murder you. We did stop one of their murderers, but they kind of have more coming. So, yeah.
Ha! I've been craving a little street fight.
You got guts, that's clear. But they're out to do more than give you a beating. Understand? Better if you hunker down somewhere. We'll take care of this.
Right. Whoever you are, thank you. I'll owe you for this.
Do you know what it is, yeah? For those of you that are London, like up from London, those of you that are British and have watched Line of Duty, that's exactly what it's like. It's like they said, right, we've watched a couple episodes of Line of Duty, watched a bit of, bit of BBC, EastEnders. Everybody in London speaks like that. And it's like, I'm offended. Not everyone in London sounds like, you know what I mean, fella, or gazer, or gappy, you know what I mean. Not everyone sounds like an argy-bargy sort of person, do you know what I mean? Missions are straightforward, some of them are harder. Obviously you can physically fist man up. You can recruit people from a fight club, which is pretty fun as well. I really enjoyed that. You can, like, you'll first meet an operative and he'll be like, oh, my friend's under wraps, so I can't go out and publish this content. I obviously hate these guys, do you know what I mean? So, like, please release my friend, and it's like that kind of revolves. Like, you can go in there, all guns blazing, gung-ho, Rambo style, that's great, amazing. But they also give you the option of going in there in a bit like of a stealthy security type approach, which I really appreciate this game. Like, there's two approaches you can take a lot of the time. Is that you can go in there guns blazing, or you can go in there very stealthy and tactical with a slightly more tech and hacking approach, which is amazing. I feel like some missions you're extracting data from a server, other missions you're rescuing an individual, you know, other missions you're sabotaging content. Like, do you know what I mean? It varies, and I feel like from the first 3 that I've played, there's a degree of variation amongst the content, which is great. But to build on that, I feel like on the same hand is great, and the stories and the missions are great. There's some things that just don't really mesh well, and maybe because the game at launch, at the top point that we're playing, is really buggy, like extremely buggy, to the point where some missions, the characters, one mission I experienced, the character's head was in the floor. The first training mission where you meet the very first operative and you're introduced to DedSec, you know, you're going stealthily killing people, and you've thrown man through a wall. You know what I mean? It's very kind of like let's make surfaces feel real, let's make punches feel real. And I feel like there's a bit of a disconnect with that in terms of like the physical motion of punching and the physical kind of impact on the person. It seems a bit like disjointed. But kind of, I mean, and you know what, actually, let me build on that a bit more. Is that with the driving system, I feel like, you know, there's 2 types of driving styles you get in games. You get games like GTA, where it's like super handling, amazing, crazy, almost realistic type of driving, and on the inverse you get games like maybe Saints Row, where the driving is almost absolutely laughable because the controls are so smooth and whatever, it'll turn in and it turns instantaneously. But I feel like with Watch Dogs you don't hit that beat. It's kind of in the middle. It's kind of like, if you want to be GTA, you want to keep a degree of realistic control of our cars and drift and driving and, you know, wind resistance and all this type of stuff, they'd want to take that into account. But then it almost maneuvers too well in terms of like, it maneuvers like Saints Row. So in some degrees I'm feeling like, while I'm driving this road 100 miles per hour, vroom, 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 get out of my car. And then you take a turn and suddenly like, it's like, like the turn is too smooth, you've kind of just like turned instant left and you've crashed into the guy to your right. And that's the problem. That balance is just not there currently. I'm gonna say currently, again, day 1 cop. So there might be a day 1 release patch, but currently it's just not there. But overall, in terms of my thoughts, I found the game like a bag of revels. I wasn't really sure what I was gonna get. And that uncertainty also leads me to wanna play more, but also makes me wanna play more, should I say, but also leads me to be a bit uninterested. I feel like time is money, and I want to, you know, invest in the game and enjoy the game and spend so much time in the game because the world building that they've done, London looks beautiful, like I said, graphics are amazing. I'm looking forward to the PS5 upscale, and story is good, obviously minus the voice acting. So there's enough there for me to want to play the game. It's just the small gameplay elements that are a bit disconnecting. I think, you know, I haven't played Watch Dogs 2, but I played Watch Dogs 1, and I feel like that one felt a bit more fluid than this one. So, I mean, maybe some point between 2 and 3 they've lost. Between 1 and 3, maybe 2 was the perfect balance. I wasn't sure. I haven't played it, but I'm looking forward to seeing this game develop, and I might come back, you know, at various intervals to see how I'm enjoying the game and see how much has changed, especially with multiplayer coming through. So overall, my final opinion, I can't say it's not a day 1 cop. I feel like there's not enough from me to detract from it being a day 1 cop. I feel like maybe it's like a rental or a matinee. You know what I mean, like you do with cinema tickets, or maybe it's like when it hits on sale for a bit, maybe Black Friday, so you can probably go for like a little bit cheaper. But for me, I feel like I can't justify paying full price unless I see it in the PlayStation 5 full upscale version. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the game. Again, it's alright, it's good, story's amazing. Downsides are just small gameplay elements, which some people might not notice the way I've done. But overall, story's enough to make you want to play it. World's beautiful, driving's a bit naff, voice acting's a bit naff, but I think those are kind of like the two main downfalls. I feel like there's enough there for you to go and commit and keep on going. So on that note, I mean, defo keep an eye out for it on sale. It's defo a sale cop, not a day one cop or not a full price cop, defo a sale price cop. And that's it from me, guys. This is me being your boy, La Prima, La Plama, La Placa Vera, and this has been the For As Academia podcast / stream / YouTube / we do everything and nothing at the same time, because we're here for the vibes and vibes only. That's it from me and the For As Academia team. Stay safe, stay scheming, stay show, stay prime, and we'll be out with some more reviews later.